5 tips for getting out of platinum and into diamond while solo queuing. 3, 2, 1, go.
I got my city doing front flips. When every father mayor rapper jump ship. I guess that's why they
Cross Gaming here, back with another Overwatch video, and this one's gonna be about how to get into that upper diamond level you also want to get to. Now, a little disclaimer, this video is going to be about solo queuing, but if you have 2 or 3 friends that you want to group up with, I suggest you do that because playing the game is a lot easier when you're playing with a group of friends. Don't solo queue unless you absolutely have to, or if you're trying to prove a point to somebody or yourself that you're some motherfucking badass, right? But it's not that easy. There's a group up button now, so if you find a few people that you like to play with, go ahead and press that group button and get into at least a 2-man or a 3-man stack. Nevertheless, this video is going to be about solo queuing and 5 tips that'll help you get out of platinum and into diamond while solo queuing. So if you don't want to pay attention to what I just said, by all means. Now for me, I totally didn't pay attention to what I just said, and I was always solo queuing. I placed in platinum and had recently just moved up to diamond, but it took me a pretty long time. And throughout that whole experience, these 5 points are probably what I limited down to how to get out of platinum. So let's get right into it. Number 1 or number 5? Alright, first tip. Number 1. First tip is be patient. Now I know it's nothing to do with gameplay. It's really cliche. You want to be patient because since you are solo queuing, you're not always going to have reliable teammates. And since you're not always going to have reliable teammates, you're not going to win every game. You might go on stretches where you're losing maybe 3 games at a time, and just be patient. Don't get discouraged by any loss. Don't let the little things trigger you. If you're having bad teammates, don't get tilted or anything. Just be patient, and just be patient. If you do happen to get triggered, if you do happen to get really mad and you're raging, don't go into another game right away. Step away from the game, take a break, go outside, experience the world that is an Overwatch. Go get some McDonald's. Just step away from the game until you're level-headed, and then go back into it. But whatever you do, please do not leave the game. Leavers ruin the game. Just whatever happens, I don't care if you have the worst teammate in the world and he's throwing the game, do not be that first person to leave the game. Just don't do it. It's a bad thing to do, alright? Just don't. Take it from me. And don't fucking do it. Alright, tip number 2, be prepared to play every type of hero in the game. Now since you're solo queuing, you're gonna want to be what your team needs. You have to be proficient and comfortable with playing DPS, tank, and support, because you're not gonna get to diamond by just playing DPS, by just playing tank. You might get away with playing support because nobody likes playing that, but whatever. Nonetheless, you should spend time in quick play or the training area to practice these different kind of roles. Never go into a match just winging it with a new hero. Don't go into competitive play with a hero that you've never played before and thinking you're just gonna pick it up. Go into quick play, go into the arcade, go into anything to practice every role of hero you can possibly be. That way, if your team has too many tanks, you can switch to a DPS. If your team doesn't have 2 healers or 2 supports, you can switch to a support with ease. If your team is too insistent on being DPS, you could go switch it for tank. You just want to be what your team needs. That's what I mean by be prepared to play every hero in the game, because since you are solo queuing, communication isn't going to be the best thing right now. So get in the practice area, get in the quick play, and practice the shit out of all these roles. Tip number 3 isn't one that's heard too often, and that's treat every problem the team has as a personal problem for yourself. Now what I mainly mean by this is don't try and blame people for problems that the team might have. That's how the team turns against each other, that's how people turn toxic. You don't know who these people are. Again, you're solo queuing, so you have no idea who these people are and how they'll take this type of information. So treat every problem that the team has as your own problem. Like if the team has too many tanks, the team has too many supports, if the team has too many DPS. You want to be the balance beam for the whole team. Again, do not be toxic, because that is a one-way ticket to not getting into diamond. If your team needs something, calmly suggest it to a teammate if you don't feel the need yourself. Be that glue that the solo queuers need. Don't turn people against each other, and just try not to be toxic. Alright, for a good segue off of that, tip number 4, and this one you've heard from everybody, turn on your mic and try to communicate with the rest of the team. Now, communication is key for success in Overwatch. This is a game that promotes teamwork, and teamwork is that more efficient when you could literally talk to your teammates. Even if the other people don't turn on their mics, you could always try to be shot caller, but again, keep a level head, suggest things calmly. And coming from my personal experience, most solo queuers don't use mics anyway, so using your mic and inspiring others to use their mics gives you an instant advantage over the other team. Also, if someone's on their mic and is being really toxic, you can get on the mic and calmly diffuse that situation. But yeah, turn on your mic and try to talk to your other teammates. Alright, and number 5 is probably the most important of all these points. Come to terms with ELO Hell. Platinum is the tier that is most populated in the Overwatch multiplayer community. So that means getting into Diamond is literally not just improving your rank, but it really means improving your level of gameplay. Diamond is considered an above average level of placement. So moving up to Diamond literally means that you're improving your game. So be prepared to spend a lot of time in Platinum if you're solo queuing, because that's where the majority of the people are right now. If you're not already in Diamond, then you probably should be in Platinum. And that means that you actually have to improve your game to get to Diamond. So this is where all the practice comes in, the quick play, the training area. If you're serious about getting to Diamond, you really want to practice on your own in quick play, arcade, but come to terms with the fact that your rank is going to go up and down while solo queuing, because if you don't, then you're just going to get triggered like a little bitch. But don't get discouraged if you move down 100 points and go on a complete losing streak. This just comes with the package of solo queuing, right? So come to terms with the fact that there are going to be a lot of players who are going to drag you down in Platinum while you're solo queuing, and don't become toxic, don't become triggered, because nobody likes those hoes. Alright, those are my tips. Hopefully you guys get out of Platinum and into Diamond. Hopefully you find everything you're looking for in Overwatch. Comment below what rank you're in and tell me all the joys of solo queuing that you share with me. If you'd like to, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But other than that, peace. Cross Gaming out.